doing it, you can look at the people next to you and enjoy the little moments of peace and like laughter and camaraderie and everything else like that. Because at the end of the day, every single person here is going through the same shit. You just don't know it.
That was beautiful, man. You know what?
like that?
You know what? I want.
Hey there, everybody. My name is Rooster Quade, and I am the host for the On One podcast, where we talk about real shit with real people. Now, if you don't know who I am, I go by the name of Rowdy Rooster, and I am an award-winning traveling tattoo artist based out of the East Coast. Before we can get started, I just want to say really quickly, thank you so much to our sponsor, Industry Inks, as well as to everyone who's helped us get this podcast started. It's those interviews and those constant support that allowed us to do this. So, without further ado, let's dive in. So anyway, welcome. I am Rooster Quade.
Hey, I'm Matt Lamba.
And we are on one.
We're on one.
We are on one. And we are about to...
We're doing a deep dive.
We're doing a deep dive. I've never done an interview while tattooing or prepping, but we were actually drawing a second D&D-esque themed animal tattoo, black and gray. I'll post a picture of the first one, and I'll probably post a picture of the second one once we're done with it. But we are currently designing that. But we were, just a second ago, talking about...
Vacuum cleaners.
Vacuum cleaners, but specifically, we were talking about... we were talking about... being a homeowner and how that like throws you super fast. It's like it's a super important part of like becoming an adult.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of thrown into it and you're like, ah!
It's a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster. And you have to learn discipline. And you have to learn how to not to yell when you want to yell because your neighbors will complain at 10 o'clock at night.
and with kids, oh my God. All the time, I'll be like, Eden, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, shit, the fucking window's open. They're going to think I hit my kids. And then you're like, I might as well hit them if I'm going to be accused of it. No, I'm kidding. But vacuums, you were like, you start to appreciate the weird, mundane things.
Uh-huh.
And you said vacuum, and I was like, don't get me started. My wife has been fixing the same vacuum since I met her. So for 7 years, we've had the same stupid vacuum. Okay. And for last Christmas, she was like, what do you want for Christmas? I want a fucking vacuum. I want a brand new vacuum, not a refurbished vacuum, not a vacuum I have to go buy parts for. I want a dope ass fucking vacuum. I'm gonna turn this fan on. And are you heading out, Z? Yes. Bye.
Bye, Z.
Yes, please. Okay. Thank you. Actually, no. Yes, please. This will also be on the episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say she gets credit scenes now, right?
Oh, I mentioned Z in like all of my episodes. I was like, I want a brand new fucking vacuum. And I know it's going to cost a lot of money, but that's what I fucking want. And a couple years ago, I got like a fucking $69 TV. So I was like, buy me a fucking vacuum. And so she got me a really nice vacuum. And every day it's like driving a Lamborghini because I vacuum like 2-3 times a day because my kids are fucking heathens. But it's, you really do start to appreciate the weirdest things.
And what brand is the vacuum cleaner?
A Shark.
Sharks, I have not had any complaints about my Shark.
Did you get one?
I have a Shark that plugs into the wall, and then for like the really tight spaces, I have a little wireless vacuum cleaner, a Ryobi from Home Depot. And honestly, for probably like 3-4 months, I was not using the Shark because I was just grabbing that vacuum cleaner and walking around the house.
The Ryobi or whatever. I have we have some Ryobi like drills and shit like that. I bought like the cheapest set for like the shop to have a set. But I'm a big Makita.
You like Makita?
I'm a big Makita guy.
No, I'm a Milwaukee guy.
When I was, obviously when we're in the military, when I was like a mechanic in the military, you don't use any of that shit. You use Snap-on everything tools, but none of it's automated.
You were a mechanic in the military?
Yeah, I got all my like flight patches and stuff. But I did 7 years. I did 3 tours. I met my wife on my 3rd deployment. Her first, my 3rd. And, but you don't have like, it's not like you're using power tools. Everything's like the nice ratcheting wrenches and stuff like that, but you'd have this big ass toolbox and it was all Snap-on. Well, when I got out and I like especially when I went to go buy a house is when I really needed to get a lot of nicer tools. But before that, I was building yachts for Hinckley. It was like my first civilian job, right? And I bought all Makita. And I use Makita for everything. And I love it. I think that they're great. Every tool in my basement is Makita. I love it. It's great.
I think a lot of people, what they do is like when they start buying their own tools, they'll buy like a set. And no matter what brand it is, if you start off with Milwaukee, you normally tend to
you
stay in that because that's what you know, and you get all the batteries for it, you get everything for it. So it's like, why switch?
I love it. It's cool. It's interesting because when you, especially as a dude, right? And I'm sure there's other people out there too, not just the guys. But like when you buy your first set of tools and you're like going through Home Depot and you're like, fucking beep beep, you feel like such a man. And then you get home and you try to find projects.
Yes, that's exactly what I did.
I do like carpentry, electrical, plumbing, fiberglass. I can do anything, right? But I'm a YouTube guy, so I learned everything. Like I re-roofed our roof with YouTube. But I saved us like $5,000. It was great.
Yeah.
But I was looking for any project to do, and I remember we've done everything. We built. You ever like look for those beds that have like the drawers underneath of them?
Yeah.
Like,
I wanted to build one.
Yeah, because I have a really small house, so like we built one. But my wife was like, I don't want to buy one. It's going to cost us a couple $1,000s. Cost us more money to make it.
No. Yeah.
But it's made of red oak. It'll never leave the house. It's a part of the house now. But it's super fucking nice, and I love it.
So I did that same exact thing with my wife's chicken coop. We could have bought like a cheap one from like Tractor
Do you have a
Supply.
chicken coop in town?
Yeah, I have.
shit.
You can have like up to 6 chickens in where we
No
are.
fucking shit. I didn't know that.
We got. I'll show you pictures of it.
Yeah, do that.
I put a. It's more finished now. These pictures were like when it was a project.
Yeah.
But give me a minute.
No worries. We're over here working. Can always crop out some of this stuff.
Oh yeah, true.
I grew up in Oklahoma, like working a farm and a ranch and stuff like that. So I'm a big fan of chickens, but my wife is terrified of any winged animal, so I'm not allowed to have chickens, which is sad.
That's rough. I love the chickens.
It's cool. I like it, but our daughter, our eldest daughter, Eden, is allergic to eggs, so she's really ruined everything for everyone in the family. It sucks.
That's rough. That's rough.
You want him to have the same poofy kind of pants as your kitty cat had?
Honestly, I would love that. If you could put the armor over like the poofy pants.
Yeah.
That'd be some snazzy phenomenal.
Snath.
Whoa.
I'm glad we're doing like D&D shit. That's why when you were like, oh, let's find a time to do this, and I was like, okay, let's look at my calendar. Emily was like, if you want, I have a gap. I'll put him in there because she knows I fuck with D&D tattoos.
You know what's crazy? I see all your tattoos over there. They're all like very like they seem like they're fantasy based.
Oh, so yeah. Like I'm a lot of my inspiration comes from fantasy, Lord of the Rings, all that shit. I love knights in armor. I'm working on a sleeve. My buddy Derek's doing it. It's like this knight with green flames everywhere and shit like that. It's a whole fucking sleeve. There's gonna be like some broad on the inside, casting magic. I don't fucking know yet. I'm just gonna let him do his thing.
All right, so here's my chicken. Here's my chicken.
Oh damn, dog!
So on the other side there's a door, but that's not important. But like I built this from scratch, and I told Melissa, I was like,
who came up with the shape?
So
does that little weird angle part open up so you can like grab? Oh, okay.
Yes, that's where they lay their eggs.
Got it.
And so the shape, she actually pulled it off of online, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I could build this. I could probably do it. And I started doing it. Of course, my dad, he sees a project. He's like, I want to help. So my dad comes over. It's a father and son thing. Anyway, we build this door. He's super proud of it. He takes pictures of the coop with him, not me. He takes pictures of himself with it, as if like I didn't. It's not my yard.
So proud of my project.
And then let's see if I can. I'll show you the picture of my dad. You'll see him.
Yeah.
But
I love it. You were telling me before. You said you bought your house in 2021.
Yeah. So it was right after the COVID pandemic.
So did you pay more for it?
No, we got it at like $250.
Oh shit.
Yeah, at 2.4%.
We got our house October of 2020. And it was like right before everything closed down, like weeks before everything closed down. We got it for like $60,000 lower than what they were asking for.
All right.
And now every house on our block is worth like triple the price.
Yeah.
And they're all the same fucking house. I'm like, sick. It's crazy.
We have the smallest house on the block. Like we're right near like a big apartment building, so you really don't see my house when you come around.
What's
the
your
corner.
address? Just kidding, don't say that.
I was about to too. I was about to. Like, you know what? He'll edit it out.
No,
or he'll keep it in.
I'll
drop
keep
a
it
bomb
in.
on me.
All of a sudden you're gonna get like bag of dicks fucking delivered to your door every day.
I don't have to just ship them off to somebody else.
That's right. I mean, they make the gummies now, the bag of dick gummies. So you just send it to someone like, ha ha ha, but then they get a bag of gummies.
It's actually while I was building it.
Yeah.
This thing right here, this is one of those tools. I never thought I'd love a nail gun. Once I bought it, I love nail guns. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
It's one of the best things I've ever bought.
We got one for when we were building the bed because I really wanted it to be like, I mean, if I'm spending a lot of money, I want it to be like perfect.
Right.
Oh no, it wasn't the bed. The bed we did everything hammer nail. I did this remodel of my living room And it's because my wife is she wants everything to be like, I don't want to see any boxes, I don't want to see any toys, I want everything to be like clutter free. No appliances on the counter, nothing like that. But not because she wants the house to look clean, but because she has this incessant need to like fucking make sure there's nothing, right? It drives her nuts. And so I was like, but I also want something to look nice. So I did this renovation. We had already renovated the bathroom and the kitchen and everything like that, but I wanted the living room to be something beautiful and sleek and hide everything. So I did this like 1.5 by 3 inch or 1.5 by 3/4 inch teaking. I painted the wall black, and then I did this teaking all the way down, kind of like those soundboards you always see the people like putting in the podcast, except I made it out of fucking wood. Okay. And I lacquered them, I stained them, and all this stuff. And then I had this 80-inch screen TV, whatever. I built an entertainment system that's wall mounted behind it of the same type of wood that goes to the full length of the TV. That must look nice. And then there's it's like 8-inch by 12-inch cubbies.
Oh, so you can put your stuff in there?
So yeah, and they're deep. They're fucking like I have my entire Xbox. I could fit 3 of my Xbox X's in there. I could fit 3 Xbox X's in there. You could put all kinds of shit, and then it all comes out. And I put this like reactive lighting behind the TV. So like when you're playing or whatever, like I use it in the intros to the podcast actually. And you can like, there's an app for it. You can change the colors and stuff like that, or you can like let it react to the TV itself.
Oh yeah, that's so sick.
Like, red lightsaber, blue lightsaber. So it does that shit, and I'm like, oh, fucking cool. I built this like, my wife built this like, you know what a couch sofa table is? It's the thin table that goes behind the couch.
Oh yeah.
So we built one of those. It had like a cubby that had like the outlets and all that stuff, and it had like a bookshelf, but it didn't work out. It was too like it made the couch kind of too close to the other wall, so we got rid of it. But I built this a bench with those like little cubbies for the little squares. You know what I'm talking about? Well, we got like wicker squares, and we put all our kids' toys in there. So now that it looks like a Pinterest room, even though it's just filled to the brim.
I love that. A Pinterest room? That's so good. That's so good.
Like I said, and it's so cool. And I used those 12 by 12 cubes. There's a 1 by 3 of them, and there's another 1 by 3 of them. And there's like something you buy at fucking Target or whatever. But these were made out of wood. I made them out of wood, and then I just kind of like mounted them up on the wall using these really like 300-pound enforced shelves, like shelf brackets. And so I have these 6 cubbies about yay tall off the floor with all like mounted with these things on the upper and the lower squares. All right. So that if a kid steps on it, doesn't break. And then all their shit's in there, and it has this like beautiful wooden topper that matches all the teaking in the room. And then it goes up to our bay window, so it's like a way to step into the bay window. It's super fucking cool. Yeah, that sounds Got a cool rug. Yeah, I built this it's like, you know, the little, it's like a table, but it's shaped like that, so it can like go under the couch and over the couch. Yeah. Made one of those. So it's super cool. That was like one of my favorite projects. Yeah.
So here's my dad. That's him proud of that door he built. Mind you, I had to rebuild that door.
That door looks like shit, dog.
He was so proud of that door.
Yeah.
I ended up rebuilding.
Do you have steps to go up in there or no?
No, not right now. Right now we pick them up and put them in. They also just jump in on their own.
You don't go in there. You just put them in there.
Yeah, they go in there.
Got it.
We have like an actual like chicken run area for them. That's like off to the side, but. Yeah, they don't stay in the chicken coop unless it's nighttime. They sleep there.
Yeah, that's right. And you have to put them in physically, or do they have a way to like go in them themselves?
Sometimes they go in on themselves. Sometimes we gotta use those treats and just walk them over like a little Peter Piper, but with the treats.
Oh man,
get them up there.
You gotta be careful not to leave them out because them coyotes will get them.
Yeah. I actually had to build a front fence for the chickens so we can let them out in free range in the yard.
I love it. I miss having chickens. I really look forward to like one day having my own like farm or whatever. You know, dreams. You just gotta wait. How's he still here? I was like, who the fuck? So I want to have a horse. I want to have like cows, meat cows, dairy cows, chickens if I can, all the things. Yeah. Maybe some ducks.
I want ducks, running ducks, like Indian running ducks.
Yeah, dude. I just want all the things, man.
I really didn't have an appreciation for those things until I had the chickens.
And now you're like, I love these things.
And the chickens, they're not needy, but like I have to be attentive of them.
So yeah, you gotta. They're a little needy in the sense of like, they'll die.
Yeah.
And they'll pick on it. Dude, there's a real pecking order. Pecking order is a real fucking thing.
We had all chicks.
Yeah.
In New Bedford, you can't have roosters.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because the cawing.
Noise.
I didn't know that they will, like, one of them will become a rooster. if there's no rooster in the thing. So they'll start
Wait, no shit?
Yeah, they start to mimic the behavior of roosters.
I.e. one of them
Supposedly,
becomes an
fact
asshole.
check that.
Yeah.
But so supposedly they become roosters, but they started screaming as if they were a rooster, and we had to kill it because we weren't getting in trouble for it.
Did you eat it?
Yeah, we ate it.
Hell yeah.
And
so
what I
you plucked
didn't
it, did all that jazz?
Yeah. Well, I didn't do the plucking,
Okay, I was gonna say
but the plucking was done by her parents, and best chicken I've ever had. And the chicken foot.
it's so much better.
I
than you
did
would
not
think.
know you could suck on the chicken foot in soup and just kind of like get that flavor.
It's good,
I was a
dude.
changed man. I'm a changed man. I really am.
I love it, man.
There was a lot to it that I didn't know, and it's just like such a small, like it's only 6 chickens, so it's literally nothing, but it's just amount of joy. And the eggs are great.
It's cool. I think it's nice to be like a free, to be free to do whatever you want with your space. You can renovate it, you can gut it, you can build a fucking chicken coop in the backyard. You can paint the whole house if you want to. Is there any like fun projects that you've done to kind of make the space yours?
We have renovated the bathroom. We had to rebuild it. The water from the old tub seeped through the tub, destroyed the floor, so we had no floor when we stripped everything down.
Ooh.
We had to cut out the wall. I have pictures of that too. I'll show you.
Yeah.
I love documenting all this stuff because when I talk about it, I'm like, you can see exactly what I went through.
And now you know why every like contractor father is always like, "That's the house I built." Because there's serious pride in working on these things and then having something to show for it. It's really cool. I love it.
And then the only thing I didn't do myself that we did get done was the siding of the house.
We just paid to have someone do ours.
Yeah, because we weren't doing it ourselves.
Well,
That's
that and
crazy.
like the supplies. Like it costs so much money to do it or to buy it. You might as well pay someone extra a little bit to fucking do it, right? Yeah. I say that, but then like the guys who did ours, fucking like a week later, half of it's laying in the yard because it fell off the fucking house.
Oof.
What the fuck?
That's
is this
rough.
shit?
That's
but
rough.
hey, they came back and fixed it.
I hope so. All right, so that is the bathroom wall. So what you're looking at is actually the exterior of the house. If you poke through it, you can move it, and you can actually, that's like the tarp, but you can see sunlight. So that was behind my wall.
Did you have to replace everything?
Yeah, we basically rebuilt the entire bathroom.
How much did that fucking run you?
Not too much, because like that's basically the rebuild.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't too bad.
Your
but-
bathroom's the same size as my bathroom. I'll
Yeah.
have to.
I have
my
like
phone's recording, but I'll show you some of the bathroom
That's
stuff.
right.
Yeah, some of the things we did for ours. We gutted it to the point where like when you open the door, there was the beams and then the basement.
Yeah,
So we had to
do
redo
that.
all that. We had one of those old cast iron tubs, and we had to fucking saw it. We had to break it and then take it out. It was so fucking heavy. And we, for the price of renting a cast iron like chain breaker, it like breaks cast iron pipes. We redid our entire basement because it was all cast iron, all of it.
Did
And
you
it
do it
was
with
all-
PVC?
We replaced it with PVC, and that was super fucking easy. But my wife
Yeah,
was like,
it's
"We're
so-
just gonna, for the price of 2 white jumpsuits and the rental for this thing, we're gonna get it done one day." And we went down there and it was foul, but we broke everything down. We replaced everything. We did everything with PVC. We did a little bit of copper stuff, but we did all that. Replaced the tub with this new tub, dude. Did you get one of the tubs that has like the extra lip?
So the tub that we have is like literally like we made it a walk-in shower.
Oh, okay. okay.
So you stand in there. We were inspired by a hotel room we stayed at,
Yeah.
and so you just stand in there. It has like a little lip that comes up. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You walk right in and you just stand in your shower. It's
That's
the
awesome.
best. We got like a 12-inch.
We knew we were having kids, so like we had to.
Oh,
As a matter
you
of
need a
fact,
bathtub?
Eden was not even a year old when we decided to do this. So it was during the summer. So for an entire month, we didn't have a bathroom. We shit and pissed in the backyard, and we showered with the hose, with a 6-month-old baby, for an entire month.
You shot in New Bedford?
No. And, this is
gonna
this is like in the Newport, Rhode Island area. But yeah, we that's what we did. That was fun.
Yeah. Hold on.
But there's a tub that the floor space is the same, but on the outside, instead of it just going straight up, it like curves outward, so that you're not touching anything, and you have room for people to like
I
move
like
back
that.
and forth. And when you're standing up against the tub, it's kind of like this, how like your feet can go under it, but you're not like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so
yeah,
like
yeah.
it lips outward a little bit, so it's so much more comfortable. And every time I go to someone else's shower, I'm always like, your shower makes your legs touch the thing. It was an awesome find.
So we redesigned the bathroom. I don't know if this is TMI. Edit
it.
this out if you need to.
No.
Me and my wife, we shower together. we have to shower together. I don't care what anybody says.
You love each other. That's disgusting.
It is my favorite pastime. We stand there and we talk. We literally will yap. And so we made the shower around this like whole concept though.
Yeah.
We have a 12-inch shower head. So one of us is always hit with water.
Yeah.
And then we have the detachable head. And
So the other
it's
person
big
is
enough where like I can stand here and you can stand there comfortably. And we can have a conversation.
No shit. So that does remind me of like a vacation spot.
Yeah.
Because we went our honeymoon. This is a super fun story. This is a TMI story. My wife will kill me, and I don't care. So we went to this place. It was up by Loon Mountain. Is it New Hampshire? I think that's New Hampshire. It's one of those.
We'll say it's New Hampshire. We'll edit it out if it's not.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Voice over it if it's not.
I don't give a fuck. I'm just dumb. So we went to this. We stayed at this like whiskey tavern, hotel, brewery thing at a restaurant. I don't fucking know. Right outside, right near Loon Mountain, and we did our honeymoon before our wedding because we were like, we're just gonna do it. We're gonna get out of the way,
all right.
And then God, we did because COVID happened, so we never would have gotten a honeymoon. But we went there and we walked into this place, and there's this giant fucking tub. The showers got everywhere, and it's got the little enclosed room with the toilet, and the room was super cool. We had a fireplace with like real wood and everything like that, and it was super cozy. And not even 15, I hadn't even taken off my shoes. We like came in, took all our stuff down. 15 minutes later, Kate's like, hey, they don't have a plunger. And I was like, so? She's like, they don't have a plunger. And I was like, are you kidding me? This is a talent of my wife's. She can clog any toilet. She's never not clogged a toilet. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. And she's like, can you call? I was like, sure. So we call and we're like, hey, we need a plunger? Can we come pick it up? And they're like, no, we have to have someone deliver it. And we're like, that sucks. So the door opens and there's like this 14, 15-year-old kid. You could tell he's like, here, I'm here. And we're like, oh, thanks. He goes, I have to do it. And I was like, well, come on in. And so he walks in and he's like, where's the bathroom? I said, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen it yet. I'm not claiming this shit. And I hadn't even left the living room. I hadn't even gone into the bedroom yet. So I was like, guess is as good as mine, buddy. And so now he knows he didn't clog the toilet. She did. And so sure enough, he walks around and this poor kid had to plunge my wife's giant log. And to this day, I love telling that story. So TMI, she's a fucking animal, dude. And my kids take after her. They do bigger poops than me.
That's
and
crazy.
These children are this small.
That's crazy.
Giant turds.
You know what? I clogged the toilet at work today.
I've joked about it. I want for Christmas one year, I'm really just gonna get her a little machete and I'm gonna have it hand painted. It says the turd machete, and just for her to hack it up a little bit so it flushes better.
Oh, that's a good. Get her like a little spare.
Get her
so you can put it right in the toilet.
Get one of those military foldable fucking shovels.
Yeah. You know what? I have one of those. My wife got me one. She got me one for Christmas like 2-3 years ago, I think.
Yeah. For what? Just for funsies?
Just for funsies. She was like, oh, sick. She bought it for me.
What's the weirdest gift your wife has given you?
Let me think. This could be a bit. We've gotten each other a lot of gifts. The weirdest things she's gotten me. I'm gonna be honest. You know what? I'm gonna say we're in the age of technology, so the weirdest thing she got me was a notebook to write down my passwords. Because
she's like, I know you dumb fuck.
You know what? I do use it too. I do use it.
My wife has a sticky note that's older than both of our kids put together. That's folded and torn and just barely holding together, and she has all of her passwords on there. And one time she lost it, and we lost it for like a year, and then I recently found it in our checkbook, and I was like, hey, I found your thing. She's like, I thought but she refuses to write it anywhere else. She's one of those people who are like, she will not take a picture of her ID and send it to someone. She'll be like, the code on my card is blah blah blah. She refused. She's like, I don't trust anything. Yeah, so she keeps all that shit on there.
I mean, I definitely used to be that way when I was younger, and then I just kind of got lazy, and I was like, fuck it. If my information's out there, it's out there. Like,
it's already out there.
Like, yeah,
that's kind of my whole take on it is like, what? Like, the Chinese are already, they have my FBI agent knows what my butthole looks like. I don't care if they have my password.
I like to imagine my agent has like a temple of me, like a shrine of me of all the nudes I take.
It's the Hey Arnold bubblegum shrine.
Yeah.
This guy's fucking weird. I love it. Yeah. Homeowner, man.
No, it's
Being
good.
Married,
it's
all
good.
the things.
Discipline, definitely discipline. Teaches it to you real quick.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
How so?
I got so sick of dishes, I actually bought a dishwasher and installed it myself.
No shit.
I was so sick of the dishes because I'd come home from work and they're there. They're always gonna be there. We're always eating.
Yeah, the my wife uses the dishwasher. This is the first house I've ever had that has a dishwasher. But we grew up in a family, like I said, I'm the eldest of like so many fucking cousins. And I remember my cousin Kale would be the washer, I'd be the rinser, Garrett would be the dryer, Austin and Sienna and whoever else was there would put away, right? It was this fucking, I don't know what word to use, but it was this child line of workers.
Oh, okay.
This assembly line, that's the word I'm looking for. Told you I'm not a smart man.
That's right.
And so like to this day, I still think that if you wash your dishes in a dishwasher, it's not as clean. It's not as clean. I refuse to accept that it's clean.
It's not, but if you do like a little quick little pre-wash, you know, like take a scrub,
Yeah.
put it in, then you got a good chance. But if there are people who will straight up just put it in. I don't know how they do it.
My wife's one of those people. Let me tell you. But she'll spend the time to go and put them in the dishwasher. I just wash it by hand every time. But recently, I washed them, but then put them in the dishwasher because I didn't want to put away the dishes on the counter. And she's like, half of it's dirty, half of it's clean. I was like, not my problem. I did the dishes. That's what you asked for. Weaponized incompetence is what I think that's called.
Yes, that is.
It's a powerful thing. You'll learn it here in a couple of years, I'm sure. How long have you guys been married?
All right, let me think. Hold on. We've got together in 2020.
Okay.
21, we bought the house. 22, I proposed. 23, we got married. So 2 years. We have a crazy timeline.
I mean, I don't think it's that crazy.
I think a lot of people who are not they're used to more of like a conventional timeline. So we got together. Within a year, we bought a house after getting together, after dating. But it was like, it was just, we felt it. We felt like it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, when you know, you know.
Yeah, I swear. Like, I don't know how to explain it to people. Like, once you know, you know. That's it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And everybody's going to have their opinions on, like, what they would have done differently, but fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck them.
Do you do a lot of D&D tattoos?
I wish I did more. I've done some over the past. I remember the first, like, real D&D tattoo that I did was on this guy, Matt Lockhart. And he got it tattooed at the Boston Tattoo Convention. It was right after I quit my first shop. And he wanted a Mind Flayer tattoo, with like these like floating illuminated
I remember
dice.
we talked about this.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
I used to have it up there. I tore it down. But I recently just tattooed him again. We did another session on his Bolrog half sleeve. It's right under his other one. And it's so funny to look back at my fucking tattoo and be like, such a piece of shit tattoo. It's so bad. But he loves it. He's one of those guys where he's like, I love being able to look at it and like see the growth as you've tattooed. So it's really neat. And I'm like, thanks, man. But I wish I would do more D&D tattoos. I did. I have 2 tattoos on my feet, one on each side. One's Red Hot, the little red devil dude. Mm-hmm. He's on my right foot and he's crying, and it's got a banner that says crit fail. And it's got I have 2 sets of dice that I always use. I have this gray metal set and this gold metal set. Mm-hmm. So like one looks like stone, one looks like gold. And it's got the gray die and it's got a 1. And on this side, I have the same type of illustration but I made it into an angel. Mm-hmm. And he's like cheering or whatever. And it's got a little thing that says lucky and it's got a fucking 20 on it.
Oh, I like that. My wife told me I should get like a 1 or something.
You should.
And I was like, I don't know, Mel.
Dude, I'm always about the D&D tattoos. Once you get all your animals tattooed on you, let me know. We'll do that next.
I don't know how I want to bring them all together. I think that's like one thing I always have. Like when I do these tattoos, like I never really come in here with a game plan. I don't
think you have to make them come together. Like you're doing a patchwork style thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you didn't want patchwork, you should have decided that long before you started getting.
No, I do like the patchwork, and like I'm not gonna sit through a sleeve. I don't have the constitution for that.
I don't have the constitution. That's fucking funny. Yeah, no, I think that there's nothing wrong with breaking it down and doing it piece by piece. I like it like that.
Yeah, I feel like it also like it's kind of like what you said. Like you kind of see how your interests like grow over time.
Yeah, I mean, my leg tattoo I got way different quality of work. I've got from my wife tattooing me, which we did after we got married. I let her tattoo me. It's her first and last time. She did a lobster on my thing. It's fucked. It's so fucked. But then I've got like these really beautiful pieces that I've gotten on my knees and my legs and shit like that. That are really, really awesome. And it's cool to see, like, I guess where my what I considered to be quality at the time. Obviously, my wife's tattoo is an exception, but like some of the stuff on my leg is just poopy, you know.
But I mean, you know, you just get it removed.
It's a journey.
Yeah, it's a journey.
I am getting most of mine. I think this leg I won't ever get anything removed. Like even the logo from my first shop, I'll keep that. That's a memory, even though
That's pretty cool to have, though.
Yeah, I mean, I have their shop. I have this shop. When I make my next shop, I'll do that too. So it's like it's a little thing I get to do.
Do you have any tattoos from your military time?
No, I actually I have tattoos that I got while I was in the military, but none of them are like military related. If that's what you're asking, like I don't have like the Army, Marine Corps.
Yeah, I know there are people out there, and like respect to those people.
Yeah,
I just don't know if I could do that.
For a long time, I drew that to be a tattoo that I got on me because I used to work on the Chinooks. I was a helicopter mechanic. And so for a while, I had that and I wanted that tattooed on me. I actually designed that for a guy that I deployed with. Mm-hmm. He was another Chinook mechanic, and Lopez. And he was from the Texas unit, and he messaged me. He's like, I want to come get tattooed or whatever. And then he ended up blowing me off after I drew it. So, you know.
That's rough.
It happens. People change their mind. So... But no, I never got like a thing to memorialize my service. I think that there are some people that like to do that, and I think there's some people that are like, this sucked, but I loved it because of the people, and so like the people are the memory, not the service.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I took down, see that first aid kit right there?
Yep.
I opened that up and I kind of dumped it out the other day. I was talking to this guy, and he was asking me about it. He's like, I didn't know you served. I was like, yeah. Here's all my pins, my medals, my badges, everything. These are like patches from different units that I worked on. These are, you know, the Australia militia, all these different things. And he said, this is fucking sick. And I was like, thanks, man. He's like, you ever, and he asked the question. He's like, you ever like shot somebody? I was like, you shouldn't fucking ask people that, dude. Like,
so, I feel like that's such an insensitive question. Like,
it's not great.
Like, it's what like, you know, people have to live with that too.
But also like I go to therapy, and I've been for like my PTSD and stuff like that. So like I can have those conversations now where I can look at it and be like, yeah. He's like, how was it? I was like, I mean, it's less about the shooting someone. It's more like the getting shot at kind of thing. There's different conversations that you can have with it, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So what do you think about those people? Like, I'm a mechanic, career mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
what do you work on?
I work on like gasoline cars. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's like cars. Got it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to advertise my job, but.
I
got cars. I'm not advertising.
You can plug them.
I might have to blur this out, maybe. I don't know if I want to be associated with this with my job. Can you put like a little heart over this?
Put a little thing. You're over here dancing around.
But there are people who get like full on like wrenches, or like if you're an electrician, they'll get like the tools. How do you feel about those tattoos? They're not for me. They're not for me.
They're corny, dude. And like my buddy Pat, he's an electrician. And his first tattoo is like this, like ripped skin with like this.
Don't tell me wires.
No, close. It was like one of those green things, the inside of a machine. It's
like a press, like a hydraulic thing.
No, like the green fucking circuit board. It's a circuit board, so it looks like a circuit board with all the like little things on it, but it's in there. And he's not even that kind of electrician. He's like a regular, like he does like
residential and commercial.
Yeah,
all right, so
actually, I think it's mostly residential, but like. He's not working on computers, you know what I mean? But like he got that, he's got lightning on him. I have another electrician who has lightning on him. It's like, but I'm a tattoo artist and I got a tattoo machine on the back of my knee. So like at the end of the day, it is kind of cool. So like when like a guy gets a wrench or a dude gets a gun or a girl, when someone gets like the fucking knitting things, it's like these are hobbies. These are things that we do. These are things that we like. We get D&D stuff. Why can't they get a wrench?
I feel tattooing is acceptable because I feel like that's a hobby. You know, you can do tattooing as a hobby. But
I mean, it's also my job.
It is your job, but you turn your hobby into your job.
Yeah.
You're living the American dream right now.
I'm living the American dream.
But I don't know. It's just, I don't think I see myself and I think like a mechanic is a part of my identity because that's my job, you know? Like I work as a mechanic, but like like when I clock out of work, I'm not a mechanic. I can work on cars, but I'm not a gearhead.
But they might not. They might clock out of work, and that's the only thing they want to talk about.
That's what they are.
True. They might be gearheads. You know what I mean? They might be those guys who are always going to the car meets or talking about diesel engines and stuff like that.
That's a good point. I don't know anybody with like you figure I would. Well, no, I've had friends in the past who've gotten their little pistons and their wrenches or whatever. Mm-hmm. I don't know anybody right now who has those types of tattoos. You know what? I'm going to say the exception is firefighters. I know a firefighter.
Firefighters always got their firefighter
Yeah,
thing, and you're always
that-
like, they're pretty cool.
They are pretty cool. One of my coworkers, he has
You can't hate on a firefighter.
I really-
Firefighters
I
are the
can't.
true hero.
I really can't. I can't give any bad feedback to firefighters.
My cousin Garrett is a volunteer firefighter, and my uncle Craig, I'm pretty sure he still is. He was the chief of the fire department in our hometown. I'm not sure if he stepped down and he's moved on to like doing other stuff or not, but because he's doing a lot of different shit within the town, so it is possible that he's retired. I don't know, but I got mad respect for firefighters. I've always wanted to be one. I was always like, oh, I want to be a badass too.
You know what?
Afraid not.
We all go through it. I wanted to be
I think
a
every man is
firefighter.
like, I want to be a firefighter.
I think every man goes through like multiple phases, but firefighters always thrown in there. Some sort of law enforcement officer is always in there, or some sort of military service.
I never wanted to be a police officer, but I also never wanted to be in the military, and then I just like did because I wanted to piss my daddy off, you know?
You know what? I had the exact opposite experience. So when I was
Your dad was like, I want you to join the military, and you were like, no.
No. So I was 18 or 19, like not fresh out of high school, but young. I didn't really have a
Yeah.
direction in life I wanted to go. I was a mechanic. That's all I had going for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I really want to go do something. And one of my friends was like, oh, you should join the military. And I was like, why would I do that? Like, be for real. And he's like, well, and he went on his list. I was like,
You can get that fucking that.
Don't even tell me that.
The discount, man.
I know. And so he ended up messaging the recruiter that he was talking to, and he was like, hey, my boy's interested. He has some questions for you. And I was like, so his recruiter texted me, mind you, no conversation between him and I exchanging information. And he's like, hey man, I heard you're interested. And I'm like, who are you?
Who the fuck is this
are
guy
you? Why are you
texting
texting
me?
me? So I go through the
Dude, recruiters are like car salesmen.
Yeah.
They're ruthless.
I don't remember the name of this guy, but he was cool. If you see this,
Yeah.
you're still cool in my book. Bergson, I don't know, some dude out in Taunton. And
Yeah.
so like he got me in there. I took the ASVAB, and he was like, "Cool, man. Like you scored really well." He sat down. He's like, "So what is someone like?"
You got a 42. You scored super well. What do you want to do in the military?
And he asked me. I was like, "Just give me some time to think about it, because like this is kind of like happening really fast." And
Yeah.
like I was young, again, no constitution. I'm not gonna stay here for a sleep. You think I'm gonna ship off to the military? And so like I go home and I talk to my dad about it. I'm like, "Hey man, so like, this is what I'm thinking." And he's like, "Why? What?" And he like, I don't want to say he ripped into me, strongly discouraged me
Yeah.
for like, and it made me so uncomfortable to the point I was like, you know what? I guess this isn't for me.
My dad was one of those people where he's like, I served so that you don't have to, bullshit. And then, I graduated high school. I had a vocational degree. I had a scholarship for OSU, and I was like, I don't want to go back to school. This is stupid. I've already struggled so hard as it is.
I had the same conundrum. I wanted to go to school, but like I struggled through high school. I'm doing it now, college. I should have done it when I was a kid. It's the easiest thing.
Yeah.
Like as we're talking right now, I'm like planning my essay. So when I go home, I'm just gonna write it real quick. But
What are you going to school for?
Right now, I'm in general studies. I tried computer science for like a month, hated it, dropped out of computer science, and I'm like, fuck it. I'm taking classes. I'm doing general studies, and then
Just get the basics out of the way. You still got plenty of time
it gives
to
me
figure
time.
shit out.
My problem is like, I'm just so young. I haven't seen so much of the world. I don't know what I'm supposed to like want to do with myself.
You're never gonna figure it out. That's the
thing that kills
the
me.
secret. That's the
It's like,
secret is
what-
you're never
what am I
gonna
supposed
figure
to
it out.
want to do?
I mean, I'm still figuring out what I want to do.
Do you feel like your military service made you feel fulfilled in some way? Do you feel like you got something out of it aside from a sick ass loan?
Perspective.
That's a good one, actually. That's good.
I think that if you join the military and you do your time, and you don't just bitch out right away, you don't like quit, you don't fucking find a way out. I think that by the time you're done, you have an appreciation for the suck, right? You're equipped. You have a little tool belt of all the things that you can handle.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what the civilian world or your relationships or anything throws at you, you look at it and you go, one, I've put up with bullshit. So part of it is like, I don't want to put up with more bullshit. It's like when people are dramatic or just unaccountable and stuff like that, that's where I'm always like, I'm like, I don't need these kind of people in my life, and I can cut them off, no questions asked, and doesn't bother me. I don't think twice
That's
about it,
fair.
whatever.
That's good,
but also, when life hands you a fucking shit sandwich, you just eat it. And you know that that's just a part of how things are. You're gonna eat some shit on occasion. You're gonna you have to embrace the suck. That's like a thing that we always tell the time.
Yeah.
Just embrace the suck.
All right.
You know that you can bitch about it, but you still got to do it. So you might as well shut the fuck up
Yeah.
and just do it. And I think that perspective of things can always be worse, and also like I've been through worse. So whatever's coming my way ain't so bad. Put a smile on your face and enjoy the little stuff that you can, because like when you're overseas, when you're fucking, chin deep in water in a hole because basic training wants you to sleep in the rain to teach you to be cold and suffer. When your bed isn't as comfortable as you are, your shoe isn't as great as it should be, or your pants have holes in it, and your car gets a flat tire. Whenever things aren't running exactly how they're supposed to, you understand that that's okay. And that it's not the worst thing in the world, and that you can make it through, and that if you need to, you can ride out that shitstorm to make sure to pave a better tomorrow. You know what I mean? You don't have to go spend all this money to be the coolest, most fashionable. Your car can be a lemon for a couple years if it means getting you that house. It allows you to think long term. And when you're doing it, you can look at the people next to you and enjoy the little moments of peace and like laughter and camaraderie and everything else like that. Because at the end of the day, every single person here is going through the same shit. You just don't know it.
That was beautiful, man.
You know what?
Like you know what? I want to put a suggestion for your editor. I forgot his name.
It's me. So Kevin does the photography stuff, but I do the editing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So right here, slowly start to phase me out. Zoom in on you. Slowly phase me out. Zoom in on you. And drop the American flag flowing in the background. Get like a beautiful, like emotional, like song going. That was beautiful. No, literally. I'm emotional, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think perspective is the thingy. That and back pain.
Back pain?
Back pain.
I feel that. I feel that.
Well, the military still. I've got disability now, so the military still pays me a couple grand every month for being damaged. So that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, you win some, lose some, man.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Good for you, man. You really made it, though.
Yeah, I really made it.
Well, I mean, you got your own shop. You draw my D&D tattoo. Like, that's sick.
I am drawing.
How many people get to see they're doing that right now? How many people?
The part of me drawing with them.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, doing, you're living your dream.
This part, I'm going to leave the stencil open because I'm just going to basically just do a bazillion circles.
Yeah.
But I want to give him a tail. I don't know what his tail looks like.
Ah, I got you.
Is he like a fluffy,
It's
regular
fluffy.
old boy? Because I can do a couple things. And after this, we'll cut the interview. We'll get ready. We'll go get into tattooing you. But I could do a couple things where like I can have it swoop.
Oh, could you put the helmet in his arm?
Yeah, I just got to get all this other stuff. But like I could do that where it's like behind his leg or whatever.
Oh, hold on. Because he does have a tail that sticks up.
Okay.
But I can. How do I not have a fucking picture of this guy's tail? This dog he has a big fluffy tail. You know, part of the problem is he's always wagging it. All right, this probably is not the greatest.
You can do that.
Yeah, it's on.
Okay, so you want a little fluffy thing?
Yeah, maybe we should actually put it down. Maybe
that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I
think you're right.
It makes more sense for the image here to just kind of be like, what?
As the artist, you understand more than I do.
Yeah, I think we'll do that. And then, ba-doop.
Here's an unnecessary video of him rolling around in the grass.
Oh.
So, fun fact,
so cute.
this dog,
What's his name?
His name's Finn.
Finn?
Finn from Adventure Time.
Got it.
I love that show growing up. Me and my wife have watched it like 3 times since we moved into the house. I don't know, it's just my comfort show.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things you just keep watching it. You keep watching it. It's kind of like Spartacus, too.
Yo, Spartacus goes hard, man.
I love Spartacus. But we adopted him. We're not sure what his situation was, but we had a really, really hard time with the previous owner because they wanted to just get rid of him. Because they were moving and they couldn't take him with them. And so it was like my wife's co-workers, son's girlfriend's neighbor type thing. And so like there's really a long chain of communication here.
Yeah.
And so he is a purebred German Shepherd. But
beautiful.
We don't have the paperwork for it because this guy was like, I want to see the dog one more time before like I leave. And we're like, yeah, man, when can we meet up? Yeah.
Just a little thing.
That's a little thing.
And then we'll do, I'm going to make his little snout a little thicker here.
I think it's really something. I think, so I got my cat tattooed on me and I love this cat.
Yeah.
And after that, like I sat with him for a couple months. I was telling him, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get a lot of tattoos, like, you know.
You have to.
But like now I'm sitting here and I'm like, see, like this is what I'm talking about because I love this. Like this is perfect. This is what I'm looking for. And so now I see how it starts. You get one,
Yeah, man.
and then it just over time it just keeps building.
I also want
up.
to add a shield. Do like a little.
But I think a lot of people, like my brother, for example, he has like a whole arm sleeve. It's really cool, but like I don't really like planning my tattoos too much.
Mm-hmm.
I think it gives me anxiety to sit here and like it really does, to be like, oh man, I have to have all these pictures. I have to have this. I like coming in and be like, Rooster, I want my dog as a paladin. And you're like, cool, man.
I mean, you
nice
wouldn't even
dog."
like that. You were like, I really like this, and I wish I could do my other animals. I was like, what do you got? And he was like, a dog. And I was like, so like a paladin? What kind of dog is he? He's like a German Shepherd. I was like, then he's a paladin.
Yeah,
You're like,
see,
that's
that's
a great idea.
That's all I need.
got
That's
you.
all I need.
I love it. I'm about it. Well, I think we are good on our episode. Do you have anything you want to say to the people?
Let me think. You know, whether or not you feel fulfilled in your life, you're gonna live. It's gonna be shitty, so you might as well just go through it. You know,
Just have a
one of
good
these?
time.
It's I just
Yo, I haven't had one of those. Fucking.
I
are,
just-
we, are we gonna make out later?
no.
Hell yeah, dude. It's a lot stronger than I remember.
Yeah,
I used to have this in school. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for being on the podcast. My name is Rooster Quade,
My name's Matt Lamba.
and we are
We're on one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Sick, man.
That was sick.
Not bad, right? Thank you so much, everyone, for taking time out of your busy day to listen to Shoot the Shit. It means everything to all of us here at the On One podcast. Now, if you liked what you listened to and you want to help us out, give us a like, a comment, or even just share with a friend. And if you'd like to join us on set, please feel free to message us on Instagram at OnOnePod. We'd love to work with you. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.